Hi designers, here welcome back. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how to cut the stylish kimono. It is very simple, detailed and beginner friendly. So if this looks like what you're interested in, please keep on watching. And if this is your first time on this channel, please click on the subscribe button and also don't forget to like, share and drop a comment. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using this Ankara print you see here, and I'm going to be using a plain fabric also. The plain fabric is going to be for the back, while the Ankara print is going to be for the front. And I'll also be attaching a full lining to this dress. So here I've gone ahead to cut out my lining and my fabric. So when cutting your fabric, you're going to be cutting using your hip divided by 4 plus 2 inch for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So if you want it to be very free, you can do 4 inch for your ease. So the ease to add depend on how big you want the kimono to be. But for me, I went ahead to use 2 inch as my ease and 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So now I'm going to go ahead to start drafting. And the first thing I'll go ahead to do is to draw a straight horizontal line, which is going to be serving as my shoulder line. And all measurement to be starting from this line I just drew. Next, I'll go ahead to insert my shoulder measurement on the line. So I'll mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2. After marking that, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I'll go ahead to insert an armhole depth of 8 inch. After doing this, I'll go ahead to draw the armhole line with my ruler like this. Next, I'm going to go ahead to insert my vertical measurement. So I'll go ahead to mark my shoulder to half length, which is 16 inch. Then I'll go ahead to mark my shoulder to hip, which is 26 inch. After marking that, I'll go ahead to insert the full length of the kimono. So the full length of the kimono is going to be the length of my fabric, which is 44 inch. Once I'm done doing that, I'll draw straight horizontal lines at the point I just marked like this. So next, I'm going to go ahead to insert the neck width for the kimono. For the neck width, I'll go ahead to mark a neck width of 3 inch. This 3 inch is for both the front and the back. Note that you are drafting both the front and the back at the same time. After doing this, I'll go ahead to draw the shoulder slope with my ruler like this. Next, I'll go ahead to insert the neck depth for the back. So for the back, I'll go ahead to mark a neck depth of 1.5 inch. Then I'll go ahead to draw the neckline for the back with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So once I'm done doing this, I'm going to go ahead to insert the front neck depth. So the front neck depth is going to be in form of a V like this. So I'm just going to go ahead to place my ruler on the neck width like this, and I'll go ahead to draw the neck depth. So I'll go ahead to draw it in a slant way. Just go ahead to draw it like this. As you're going down, the space is going to be reducing. Go ahead to draw it. It should be at least below the waistline of the kimono you are going to be making because of the opening we have at the upper part. So after drawing, this is what the front neckline is going to look like. I'm going to be cutting off this part once I'm done drafting. This is what you should have after you are done drawing the neckline for the front. So once I'm done doing this, the next I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to start inserting my body circumference measurement. So on the chest line, I'm going to go ahead to insert my bust measurement divided by 4. So my bust is 36 divided by 4. I'm going to go ahead to mark that. After marking that, I'll mark 2 inch for ease and 1 inch for the sewing allowance. Then on the waistline, I'll insert my waist measurement divided by 4. I'll mark that. Then I'll go ahead to mark 2 inch extra for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. On the hip line, I'll go ahead to insert my hip measurement divided by 4, and I also mark that. After marking, I'll mark 2 inch for ease and 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So whatever I have on the hip depth line, I'm going to go ahead to minus 1 inch from that and mark that on the hem like you see me doing in the video. After doing this, I'll go ahead to connect the sides together with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So if you want the hip to be exaggerated like the picture attached on the screen, all you need to do is to add more ease allowance on the hip to make it more pronounced if you want it to come out as the displayed picture. But for me, I don't want the hip area to be too curvy, and because I don't want it to be too curvy, on the waistline I'm going to be coming out by 1 inch and mark. Then I'll go ahead to reconnect it like you see me doing in the video because I don't want it to be too curvy on the hip area. So after doing this is what I'm going to be having on the side. Next, I'll go ahead to draw the armhole with the curved part of my ruler like this for the back first. Then for the front armhole, I'll go ahead to divide my armhole depth into 2. Then I'll go in by 0.5 inch. After which, I'll draw the armhole for the front with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So after drafting, this is what the kimono is going to look like. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut it out. So I'll go ahead to cut out the side for both the front and the back. Then I'll separate the front from the back and cut out the neckline like you see me doing in the video. So just watch what I'm doing carefully to know the parts you're going to be cutting out. So after cutting, this is what the front is going to look like, and here we have the back. So the back is going to be on fold. The front is the part that is going to be opened. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to start stitching the kimono together. And in doing that, I'll go over to my sewing machine to join the front and the back together. So I'm going to go over to my sewing machine to join my fabric to fabric together and the lining piece to the lining piece together. So you go over to your sewing machine and join your fabric together on the shoulder part alone. So whatever you do on your fabric, you do the same thing on your lining piece. So I'll go ahead to open up the back like this. After opening up the back, I'm going to go ahead to place the front on the back and join it on the shoulder part alone. I'll go over to my sewing machine to quickly do this, then I'll come back to show you what to do next. So after stitching it on the shoulder, this is what you're going to be having after stitching on the shoulder. So the side is still open, you are not closing up the side. And remember that you're going to be doing the same thing for the lining piece also. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to attach the lapel to the kimono, and here I've gone ahead to cut out my lapel, and the width on fold is 3.5 inch. So you're going to be cutting out 7 inch, then you go ahead to fold it into two. So after cutting, I went ahead to attach a gum stay to it to give it more stability. So this is how to cut out the lapel for the kimono. The next thing to do now is to measure where you want the lapel of the kimono to stop. So for me, what I went ahead to do is to mark 3 inch below my half length. So my half length is 17 inch. I went ahead to mark that. Then I came down from the half length by 3 inch. Once you are done marking the point where the lapel is going to be stopping, the next thing to do is to measure all the way around with your ruler from one side of the kimono to the other side to know the exact length of lapel you are going to be cutting out, so you don't go ahead to cut out a short or a long lapel. After taking my measurement all the way around, what I got was roughly around 50 inch, and I'm going to be using that to cut out the lapel. So make sure you take the measurement first before you go ahead to cut out the lapel to be on a safer side. So after taking the measurement on my fabric, the next I'll go ahead to do is to also confirm the measurement on the lapel to make sure that what I have here will be enough for the lapel. So after taking the measurement, I believe this will do. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to work on the lapel before I go ahead to attach it to the dress. So the style we are trying to illustrate, the kimono, the lapel is a little bit curved on this side. So I'm just going to go ahead to use my hand to draw the curve like you see me doing in the video, after which I'm going to be cutting it out. So if you want it to be straight, you can leave it the way it is, but I want it to have a little shape. That is why I'm doing all this at this point. So after shaping the edge of the lapel, this is what it is going to look like. The next I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to go over to my sewing machine to finish it up. So I'll go ahead to turn it over like this, after which I'll go ahead to stitch it down using 0.5 inch, and I'll repeat the same thing on the other side also. So after closing it up, this is what I have. I went ahead to give it a good press, and this is what it looks like. The next thing to do now is to attach the lapel to the dress, and first thing to do before you do that is to notch the center of the lapel like you see me doing in the video. After doing this, I'm also going to go ahead to fold the kimono into two and notch the center of the back neckline also. So once I'm done notching the back neckline of the kimono, I'm going to go ahead to insert the lapel on the kimono. So you're going to go ahead to place the kimono on the good face like this. Then you place the lapel on the notch part. Make sure that the notch part of the lapel is aligning with the notch part of the kimono. You place it on the good face of your kimono like so. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead to place the good face of my lining on it also, so the lapel is going to be sandwiched between your fabric and the lining. I hope this is clear. I'm going to go ahead to place the three of them together like you see me doing in the video. So once I'm done doing this, I'll go over to my sewing machine to stitch it all the way down to the hem, and I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. After doing that, I'll come back to show you what to do next. So here I've gone ahead to stitch the three of them together, and this is what I have after stitching. So the lapel should be in between. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to notch the neck area so that it relaxes properly like you see me doing in the video. So after notching the neckline, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to close up the side. So I'm doing an inseam finishing for this kimono, and to achieve an inseam finishing, what I'll go ahead to do now is to join the side of my fabric to fabric together. So you place it like this, making sure that the good face of your fabric are facing each other. You're going to go ahead to close it up using the 1 inch sewing allowance you added while drafting. Then you repeat the same thing for your lining piece also. So after stitching your fabric to fabric, you're going to go ahead to repeat the same thing for the lining piece also. You're going to go ahead to join the side of the lining piece using the 1 inch. So once you're done doing that, you're going to go ahead to close up the hem of the kimono. So I'll go over to my sewing machine to quickly do all this, and I'll come back to show you what next. So after I was done joining my lining to lining, this is what it looks like, and this is what the inner part of the kimono looks like. As you can see, all the seams are inside, and I also went there to close up the hem, and I gave it a good press. So to iron the collar, all you need to do is to fold the neckline into two. Then when you are ironing to the front, you're going to go ahead to be opening up the side as you iron it. I hope this is clear. So when ironing, you fold the neckline into two, and as you're ironing towards the front, you're going to be opening up the collar gradually. So that is how to press the collar for the kimono. And here I'm gonna head to cut out the sleeve. So the sleeve is a basic sleeve, but it is a free sleeve. I'm gonna head to cut out the sleeve, and I'm going to be attaching this strap to the sleeve. So I'll fix one on this side, and I'll fix the other one on this side, and I will secure it with my sewing machine, after which I'll close it up. Then I'll attach it to the kimono, and I'll do the same thing for the other sleeve also. So to go over to my sewing machine to attach the sleeve to the kimono, then I'll come back to show you the final look of the kimono. So guys, here we have the final look of the kimono. It came out really nice and very beautiful. You can go ahead to try yours and let me know about the outcome in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my other tutorials.